It might be unmuted, so just.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for ASU Gamage Digital Connections. My name is Phailynn Marshall, and this is Each Measure. Each measure highlights a variety of ASU students' creative process during the COVID-19 pandemic. This time challenges us to think creatively and look at our art forms in a new way. We and ASU Gamage would like to thank you all of our sponsors who provide funding to our cultural participation and community program. So today I brought with me the ASU Pitchforks. We are ASU's all-female acapella group. We were the first group established in the state of Arizona, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Aria.
Hi, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Sarah.
My name's Lauren.
My name's Mackenzie.
I'm Sophie.
I'm Bailey.
Hi, I'm Sydney.
I'm Olivia.
Lauren. Hi, I'm Natalie.
So our first song is going to be My Boy by Billy Eilish, and it's going to be soloed by Mackenzie.
One, two, three, four.
If you want me to be yours, well then you got to be mine. And if you want the good, then good. You want me to be yours, well then you gotta be mine. And if you want a good girl, then goodbye.
So that was My Boy by Billy Eilish. That was one of our many arrangements that we do throughout the semester. So before COVID, we used to do a lot of in-person gigs. We would do gigs almost every weekend throughout the school semester. And since the pandemic has hit, we have gotten only maybe 1 to 2 gigs. And it's been really difficult to not only put our name out there, but also make money as a nonprofit. We do get funding through the school, but it's very little funding as there are a lot of student organizations. So we have to do our own type of funding, and gigs were a very big part of that. So we've done things like we did valograms, so we sang Valentine's Day songs for money. We've done a lot of food fundraisers. We've done a lot of merchandise fundraisers to make extra money. And then usually we have spring concerts, but those have been virtual. We actually just started our first video yesterday for our spring concert this whole week. And so it's been kind of difficult, but it's also been fun and different. It's helped us all learn new skills. We've learned how to use Photoshop. We've learned how to mix music. We've never had to think about doing any of those things until now. So the pandemic, it did suck. It still does suck, but it's helped us a lot. It's helped us all grow in different ways. And for myself as an individual artist, it's very hard to put your name out there and kind of do more things as an artist when you have this barrier. The pandemic has been a barrier for us, and especially myself as an individual artist, because really the only way for you to get your name out there is to be viral on the internet, and it's very hard to be viral. We've been trying, I've been trying. It's very hard, but eventually we're gonna get there. So like I said, the pandemic has been both a blessing and a curse, but I think that myself as an artist and us as a group, we have done a really good job fighting through it and just getting through the pandemic. So the next song is going to be First Burn. It's from the musical Hamilton, and it features 5 soloists: Olivia, Haley, Aria, Lauren, and myself. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
From the moment I saw you, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine.
Okay, so now we're going to do a Q&A. And so the first question is, how did you all meet? So every year in the fall semester, we have auditions. Usually we hold them right here in this room. So ASU has a fall welcome week and we participate in Passport. And then all of the a cappella groups do something called the ASU Mixer, where we perform a song, each group, and then there's kind of like a Q&A like right now, and people get to walk around to all the groups and just ask questions, get to know them better, and see if that group is a fit for them. So we hold the auditions 2 days, then we have callbacks, and then we choose our final group. And we usually take anything between 4 to 8 girls, just depending on how many we need that year. But yeah, so that's how we all meet, and I'm still friends. I've been in the group for 4 years, and I'm still friends with girls that I met my first year. So it's a really good way to make friends, especially in college, especially if you're coming from out of state. And it's very cool to just have a girl gang behind you. Like, it's cool. So the second question is, when did I realize that singing was the art I wanted to pursue? So I've been singing since I was, I don't know, maybe 8 years old. And I always participated in, school choir. When I was in middle school, I had my first solo, and I think that's when I realized I wanted to pursue music. And then when I got to high school, show choir. For those of you that don't know what show choir is, it's kind of like school choir, but then you have like dancing to go with it. It's really fun, and it's kind of like this, but you have a piano behind you or a band behind you, and you do like a showcase and stuff like that. So that was when I first realized. That was when I started to take singing more seriously. And then when I moved here, I joined acapella. I was first in a co-ed group called the Devil Clefs, and then after 2 years, I joined the Pitchforks. And I didn't major in music in school because I had a passion for criminal justice and kind of like forensics, but I also had a passion for singing. So this was my way to still get my music fix while also pursuing what I wanted to pursue in justice. Next question says, you all are amazing. Thank you. Have you guys performed off campus? I'm going to let Lauren answer this question.
We have definitely performed off campus. We've done birthday parties, corporate gigs, a couple fundraisers for large charities. So not all of our performances are on campus. Most of them actually are off campus with gigs. Our only on-campus performances typically are the mixer and then our fall and spring concerts. And we also do ICCA every year, which is the International Collegiate Acapella Competition, just like Pitch Perfect. So yeah, so we do that, and that is not on campus, but we're competing against all the other acapella groups in Arizona.
Okay, so the next question says, does your criminal justice background influence your creativity? Yes and no. I kind of use the music part to escape from the criminal justice part because it's a lot of my major, in undergrad and also graduate school is kind of sad. You're really just talking about like the struggles that people face both inside of the criminal justice system and then once they exit the criminal justice system. And so I use music to escape from that. Sometimes it does influence my creativity. Like sometimes I have an idea for an arrangement of a song that stands for unity or equality, and maybe I want to do it with a few girls in the group. I want to do a small group. So it really just depends. But I would say to that question, yes and no. We're waiting for more questions. Okay, this one says that exposure sounds so good. Are there venues or spaces where you wish you could perform and haven't? That's a good question. I think I would really, myself personally, I would really like for this group and myself to perform just somewhere like super big, like in my hometown, we have the amphitheater, and I would love to perform somewhere like that, like a very big venue. Here, I guess that would be something like Scottsdale, which that is where we have performed. That is where ICCA is usually held. But also, I think a popular place here in Arizona is Gamage Auditorium, and we have only been able to perform there once, but I think that if we could do something big there, that would be great. Also, traveling. I would love to travel with this group and have this group travel and perform at different venues, because I think that it would be great for exposure, and also I think it would be great for us to learn. Did you guys want to answer that question? Is there anywhere that you guys want to perform or wish you could and haven't?
Like a basketball stadium or something.
Yeah.
Like a big stadium.
I think it would be cool to perform at high schools for recruitment, but also I just think it's a cool experience. So that would be awesome.
I hiked to a cave today with really good acoustics. And it would sound really cool with all the harmonies. So like in a really big cave that like echoes, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's just me though. But I think that would be really cool. So
I know this is.
no.
I know this isn't like a technical place, but an event, and I know the Pitchforks have done this in the past, is at Welcome Week events. I believe they did the freshman welcome a couple years ago, and that's a great way of exposure. And I think just getting our name out there, and you're in front of like 10,000 different students who are coming from all different places. So even if they're not involved in acapella or don't have an interest in it, at least we've got our name out there, and that's a really cool place where they can enjoy music that we've made.
I like that.
Okay, so this next question says, where is the weirdest place you have performed or had to make it work under pressure? Okay, so I have a few since I've joined the group, but I would say the weirdest one for me personally was when we performed downtown at the Van Buren. So as an a cappella group, we really have to have a strong sound system in order for our sound to come out and in order for us to actually sound good. And at that particular venue, we had standing microphones, and usually we have to stand very close so that we can hear each other. We had standing microphones, and we were about 6-7 feet away from each other. And it was very, very hard to sing and hear each other and make sure that we were on beat. And usually the sound system, we like for the speakers to, like, for us to hear what's coming out of the speakers. And at that venue, we didn't get to hear what was going out. We didn't get to hear anything. We barely heard ourselves. But we still made it work. After that, we actually got sponsored. A woman came up to us and offered to be a sponsor for us. So you never know. You may think yourself that you aren't, reaching your full potential, or you don't sound good, and you could honestly sound like Beyonce to somebody else. So we've had to make that work. We performed at a birthday party, and it was kind of weird because we were kind of singing an adult-ish song, but the little girl requested it, so that was kind of weird, but she really liked it, and her friends liked it too. So, I would say those two are the top two places. Trying to think if there's any more. No. Do you guys have any personal experiences of like singing somewhere weird?
Online.
Yeah.
Our square video. Oh yeah, so all of the videos that we're putting out, that we put out for our fall concert and that we're putting out for our spring concert right now, we actually, it needs to be distanced, and we wanted to be able to see everyone's faces, because when we're all singing together in rehearsal, we're wearing masks just to be cautious, to be safe. And so we did these square videos, and it's a little weird to like record yourself singing and then go into the Pitchfork studio, basically this room, and then have those be like two different instances that you're like linking up together. But luckily we've gotten to learn a lot. I personally wasn't part of the editing process, but like I feel like you and Natalie and all the other e-board people have definitely had a learning curve this year with that.
For sure. Yeah. And I would also say I was part of the Asu Gospel Choir, and there have been times where usually we perform at a church or here in Gamage Auditorium or something like that. But one time we did a concert outside, and it was in like downtown Mesa. It was very laid back, but it was very hard because there were no risers, so we couldn't see our professor. We couldn't really hear the piano. That was kind of difficult too. So yeah, as an artist, it's really important that when you're performing, you have all the necessary tools that you need, whether you're singing in an ensemble or you're singing alone. And I think that's very important. Anyone else have any experiences? Okay. Do you guys have any questions? You guys can ask questions too. I'll let you ponder on it while I have some questions. Okay, this question. These stories are so good to hear. Do you have thoughts about the future of this group? Oh man. I do. I really think that. So last year, before the pandemic hit, we actually only had about 5 or 6 members. So we were starting very, very small. And so we had to take about 8 girls. And it was very difficult to bring in that many people and teach them, just like teach them all the things that we do on top of school, on top of doing these gigs, on top of learning our music. So that was very difficult. And then when we had the pandemic, that just changed everything. But I think that with the work that we put in last year and this year especially, I think that this group is going to go very far, especially with the people that are in it. I think that the members in this group that are remaining in this group, actually, they really care about the group and the future. They want to see us succeed. They want to see us grow. More importantly, they want to see our platform grow and they want to see our fan base grow. And with that, it's really important that when you're in this type of ensemble that you get along, and not just get along like on surface level, but like that you actually create bonds. And I think that the members in this group so far have made very, very strong bonds, and that's very important to have when you're in college, when you're transitioning from one part of your life to the next part of your life. And so as long as these beautiful women keep doing what they have been doing this whole time, I think that it's going to be great. I have no doubts and I have no fears, and I think that this group is going to be amazing. Okay, you guys have any questions for you?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you almost made me cry.
Yeah. That message. It kind of threw me off of thinking about questions.
Any questions for me, like as an artist, I guess?
I do. How are you going to plan to continue being an artist now that you have graduated from school and you're actually going to be looking to start a career? How are you going to balance that?
So I have an Instagram that I post on. Not a lot. It's really hard to do that when you're in school, but now that I'm done with school, I'm going to definitely be posting on that more often. I have a TikTok account that I'm going to start doing, posting more music on there. So that's, even if I don't go viral or anything like that, I just think that it's important for myself to share my talent with people. Like I'm not a very like cocky person. I don't think that I'm like the best artist around, but the nice words that people have given me when they say that they have heard my voice really pushes me to do more and put my voice out there, because I know that there are people out there who you never know who you're affecting and who you're helping just by saying nice words or singing a melody or something like that. And so I just want to continue to put my voice out there and just share my passion with other people. So that's how I'm going to continue it. And I'm also in another acapella group. We're on a pause right now, but it's with other groups. It's with other members of the ASU community. It's called Vessel. So I'm going to be in Vessel. I'm going to do my Instagram and my TikTok, and I might gig at some restaurants around the area, but we'll see.
What's your Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah.
My Instagram is at, nothing but trouble. It's NOTHINNBUTTREBLE. And that's also my YouTube, and that's also my TikTok. So that's my handle for everything. And audience members asked me if they could sing again. You guys want to sing one of our songs from this set?
Yeah, we can.
We can do one over. We can do Girls Just Wanna Have Fun since it came out today.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. Does everyone agree with that? We don't agree with that. Okay, so we're gonna sing one more song. It's called Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. This is the song that came out today, part of our 5-day concert. And it features 3 soloists, Olivia, Bailey, and Lauren.
Chase Lasney.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, reframing my headspace. 1, 2, 3, 4. I come home in the morning light. My mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh, mother dear, we're not the fortunate ones, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. In the middle of the night, my father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one, but girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have, you want to live some fun. When the working day is done,
Well, that was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So throughout the semester, we usually do about anywhere between 5 and 12 songs, depending on if we're in person or virtual. But yeah. So again, my name is Phailynn Marshall, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining ASU Gamage Digital Connections. My name is Phailynn Marshall, and this is Each Measure.